Yeah, I was watching the Joe and Jada podcast. They got a dope interview on there with Nelly and Ashanti, and they was telling stories. Now, I only seen clips. I ain't see the whole episode or whatever, but certain clips are going viral. There's a clip where Fat Joe uses the word DEMO-ITIS, and I felt that. I've experienced that. I don't suffer from it severely. You understand what I'm saying? But let me explain. It started out, they was talking about a song with Ashanti that J-Lo was originally supposed to be on. And Fat Joe was like, I got demoitis, because when he first heard it, Ashanti was on it. He was like, keep it that way. And that was how they kept it. Jadakiss tells a story where he did knock himself out with Pharrell. By the time he heard the song, it was a whole nother beat. Then Nelly tells a song. He tells a story of country grammar where he never heard the clean version until the song came out. So he never heard the boom, boom, ready to let it go. He said he just was, his words, the original was more gutter, more street. And it wasn't until the song came out that he heard the clean version and he cried. Son said, they're trying to ruin me. I was like, wow. But then it hit me. I'm like, Nelly's a Scorpio. Like, I'm a Scorpio, right? I know how to, right? The emotions and the trust issues hit. And I tried to think, I'm like, when did it ever hit me that hard? So, it led me to this. I got the series called Sigma, right? Songs I got mad about. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and add my whole album Dirt to the series. Dirt, the incredible rap team, it went down like this. When me and P finished recording all of the songs for Dirt, I don't remember how much time had passed. It was whatever. We was already going through beef with, we hated that album cover. We hated that album cover. Woo, we hated it, right? But anyway, Duck Down, I believe it was Drew High, I'm not sure who. Somebody from Duck Down sent me a copy of the album sequenced. That means they put the songs in the order that they saw fit, right? I sat and I listened to this album, and ladies and gentlemen, I cried. The album sounded trash to me. It literally wasn't good in that sequence that they had it in. I was like, nah. So I remember reaching out to them, probably Drew High or whatever, cussed them out, and then me and I believe it was Little Rock. We sat and we went through it. And I sequenced it. I mean, like, I don't understand why I wasn't in on the original sequence in the begin with. I don't know what I was. Maybe I was in trouble, man. Whatever, missing in action. Who knows? But they did it without me. I ain't like it. It made such a profound difference. Like, it was like, and Dirt, lyrically, that's my favorite album of Helter Skelters. Nocturnal is the classic of all classics. You know what I'm saying? Magnum Force is kind of slept on and all that, but that's still a classic too, in my opinion. Dirt, niggas don't really know about that because we didn't have a bigger label behind, not as many people but that's the lyrical high point for me and Sean P for Helter Skelter albums. Dirt, right? That album is fire. But in the wrong order, I literally cried tears. I was like, did I mess this up? Did I ruin this? What have I done? I had one of those moments. Like they said, it was rumored that when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, right, he made that decision, and when he got all of the backlash, he called his agent and was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? He had that what the F have I done moment. I don't know if that's true. I just know that's a rumor or whatever. Salute to KD, one of my favorite hoopers and all that. But I had that moment. It's like, what did I do? I was so adamant, in the the production of, you know, the creation of these songs and all of that, and just the wrong order just turned it all a whole bunch of nah, son. Salute the Mo Dog. So all you creators out there, all you musicians, be mindful of the sequencing. You understand what I'm saying? When you sequence your album the right way, people will listen to the whole thing straight through. When you don't, it don't hit as hard. Pause. 2, it makes it easier for people to cherry pick the songs, you know, they like, and, you know, and rule off the rest of it. You know what I mean? But that was a big deal. I just felt like that was something interesting to talk about. What y'all think? It's like it went down like this at Sigma and What's Rockin' all in one episode. And the rocket science too, now that I mentioned it. You bullshitting. It's like a crossover. Made it to the end of this video. Let me get 4 thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen in the nation, leave me a super thanks or a Cash App. Prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all. Cash App tag gonna be in the description along with the Boot Camp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rapping than to hear me yapping. You know what I'm saying? All the mixtapes is there from Nonviolent Rocco, which is the most recent one, all the way back to Shell Shock. You know what I mean? So go indulge, you know, binge, do all of that. We got a show coming up July 5th. If you're in the New York area, meet us at Lincoln Center. It's sort of a big deal. Duck Down 30-year anniversary. It's a big deal. Also, we celebrate Sean P. August 9th. The new mural on Wyckoff. I check Bernadette's page for the address on IG. Bernadette Always Humble, spelled correctly. Oh yeah, when writing your name, when tagging on the walls here in the nation, spell things correctly. You know what I mean? Incorrect spellings will get your comments deleted. Sorry, it pisses the president off. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, and BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. The rest of y'all. Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Man Rocco. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I mops the damn floor. Let's go. I'm one of the realest you ever gon' see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with to lie to you. I get Beanie Siegel's first album, but Paul Pierce even, they are the truth. I'm sick and tired of you comical when I'm not in the mood for jokes. You are not a goon, not a shooter or a rider. You shoot off your mouth and you be riding dudes, cock for loot, dude, that's a prostitute.